Hi everyone, it's Natalie here, and obviously from the title of the video, I'm here with an unboxing. Obviously I've opened it already. It is the newest version or the latest version of Mellisae Lucia's deck. Um, and if you don't know about the Oracle of Initiation, I love Mellisae Lucia's work. So this is my copy of the guidebook, which obviously is well loved and it's so beautifully written and detailed. I was going to bring out my old copy, my current copy of the deck for comparison, but we can do that once it's opened up. So I didn't black out anything. I just pre-opened it a little bit because I want to keep her address so I can have it to send her fun things. This is very neat. I'll just have a look at this one. So she sent a lovely postcard. Oh, look, I bet this is Melissa's hair. Oh, that's really cool. I'm sure that was not intentional. My hair is long, so it ends up on everything. And in everything. I love this deck art. And I probably won't be able to cut it off and pull it off of there. What a pity. So let's see. There may be more in here besides just those two decks, or besides this deck. I don't know. Let's see what we got. I always really, ooh, there's more in here than what I would have expected. Okay. I always feel for indie deck creators because the process of getting stuff, I know that she was hoping to have this to us like a long time ago. And there were issues with the, I guess I gouged a spot in my table there. I know there were issues in the printing process and then or something went on with the printing process and it's just been held up in customs forever. So, oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Holy crap, Melissa. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I understand. Okay, she wrote on her playing card, or on her playing card, on the postcard, thinking of you and your magical integrity in all things. And then P.S. I got the hint to send 2 CC decks art project ? So creative conduit decks. I understand now. I understand. Oh my gosh, how wild. Okay, so clearly we're gonna have to open one of those as well. And so that I thought maybe the new Oracle of Initiation was just huge. Came in a really big box. Wow, Melissa, thank you. I'm so glad I made sure I didn't obstruct your address on my, I know I could have texted and asked for it, but you know, it's always good to just have it. Oh my gosh, how awesome. I'm definitely got to reach out. I love her so much. Aw. So the Oracle of Initiation speaks to the paradox of your greatest gifts hidden within the shadows. These rainbows in the dark illuminating your authentic brilliance as you embrace the treasures within your challenges. Descending alone and nude into the subterranean graffiti tunnels of New Mexico after the death of her husband, artist Mellisae Lucia took over 70,000 ritualistic photos to create this 72-card initiatory map for modern mystics navigating the shape-shifting terrain of transformational journeys. And Rachel says, the amazing Oracle of Initiation is one of my tiny handful of decks I keep in my bedroom for late-night inspiration. Wow. That's really high praise coming from Rachel Pollack. Experience the wild, penetrating gaze of the cross-cultural guardians within this deck, as if ancient petroglyphs have emerged from the cave walls to sit in council with you. Oh my gosh. So I love this deck. I do feel like I want to pull out my other copy of it. Got my basket of decks that hold that holds all of my decks that are in bags. So this is the first one, and I put it back in order recently because I was going to do something. There's something I was going to do with it, and I don't remember what. But I think I wanted to just go back through and look at the whole deck in order. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool. That means if I wanted to do a walkthrough, we could. I did obviously like edge the deck with a black Sharpie. I don't know, the first print, I mean, they do, you know, these black backings tend to scratch up and scrape up a little bit, and I take it places, and I don't always use a cloth and blah, blah, blah. But I kind of love that about it. It's kind of becoming mine, you know, it kind of seems to make it more mine. I've kind of letting go of needing my decks all to be so pristine all the time. But I will probably, depending on how this deck goes, I may, I don't know. We'll see. I may just keep using this one and put this one to the side. I just don't know yet. So, oh, hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, because this is totally different. So this one is it's bigger, obviously, and it's just a completely different quality. Oh my gosh, it's the Luxe edition. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I could also edge this one if I wanted to. It is not presently edged. I just need to check my desk here. Seems like it's okay. There are now 3 versions of this deck, and this edition of 1,000 copies is a hybrid of all of them. The 3 images in this edition are different in the 400-page book, so 23, 28, and 54. But the guardians and descriptions still apply. The gateway cards have also been updated to harmonize with the other painted body images. Card 65 speaks of the mysteries within that may never be fully understood. And card 88 signifies the embodiment of your authentic brilliance. Right, and then here is the companion book, which I just showed you. Yeah, oh wow. So then we have, yeah, wow. So she goes through the whole journey with it. The quest begins in the purity of innocence. You are naive and inexperienced and yet filled with wonder and possibility. Destiny draws you into a great journey of exploration, crossing the threshold of the unknown to discover yourself through courage and adventure. Challenged by the complexities and ordeals within initiation, you're called to sacrifice anything limiting your true knowledge. Wow. Embracing the instinctual wisdom gained through your initiatory transformation, you develop deeper levels of perception, insight, and discernment. Opening to a broader, more refined view of universal connection, you awaken to the vast network of alliances, spirit guardians, and human soul family collaborating on your path of evolution. Expanding your trust in these powerful allies, you integrate your unique rhythms and cycles, emanating the inner harmony available through balance. I'm struggling and stumbling over my words today, folks. Sorry about that. Maybe if I take out my earbuds, that'll help. Let's see. Living your authentic brilliance, I'm still having trouble. Living your authentic brilliance, your unique talents and gifts become a sacred offering to the collective. Reaching the illumination of unity, you embody your enlightened essence in resonance with everything, returning to the eternal grace of innocence. Throughout your journey, the gateway cards are the threshold at each level of development, the portals you must pass through to reach the next stage of transformation. Both the 0 and infinity cards speak to a time of limitless potential on your path. I also feel like, we go through some iteration of these stages, and I think that's mirrored in the reason why it's a deck, right? Because we change the order and understand that we're revisiting some phases of it. That's what I've learned about myself anyway. I love that she describes a journey of initiation and something very deep, happening to us as human beings that that is outside the context of Buddhism, because of course most traditions are going to have their own perspectives about how that all works and how that's supposed to happen. And then there's the individual experience, which sometimes fits that and sometimes really doesn't. And if you're in a tradition, like Buddhism or something similar, where it seems like there should be, be a definable process, and what you're going through is not very well defined or is not being recognized as even being a process, that's really painful. It's really hard to be with. So that's partly why I really love this deck. And Melissa's book about it. She really describes her experience. So we have, this is her card that just kind of gives the basic, Deep Play 2021 Creative Conduit Adventures. Wow. I know she did these last year, and I just was too embroiled in things to do with clients and just getting through things to be able to really explore. This is her latest course. Ooh. Maybe that one comes from the Deep Play deck. Wow. Equilibrium. Festinalente. Make haste slowly. Where in your life is the dynamic interplay of opposites, inviting you to become fluent in your unique rhythms? Integration. Beautiful. Wow. So I'm guessing this might come from the Deep Play deck, maybe. And Santos and Signs decks, which of course I love. Love those decks. Okay, so let's look at the actual Oracle of Initiation here. So the backs are the same as the previous deck. These are not edged, which I kind of like because then there's possibility. Okay, so we still have Luminescence as card 1. And then, the gateways are different, which I actually kind of love. Wow. So this is a wonderful way to... Wow. That is so raw, woman. And courageous. Very Dakini. Very Dakini. So the gateway cards are each, obviously they're color-coded this time. Purity. Instinct. I've always loved this card. Naivety. Unfolding. The card stock is beautiful. I should have said something. So these are glossy, obviously, this time. And all of these cards are the same card stock. So it's pretty I can tell they're going to shuffle beautifully, but they're also like sturdy. So unfolding. Unconscious. Awakening. God, I love that. I feel like I'm seeing that for the first time. I know I'm not. No, I'm not. Definitely not. Isn't that funny how that happens? I'm getting these out of order now in the old deck. I don't know why I put them in order, but how funny that I did, because they can be so easily compared, and this was not, I didn't plan this. So the old stock obviously is matte, or not old, the stock in the deck that I have is matte, and this one is glossy, which really makes it feel like photography. And I feel kind of like the gloss adds some depth somehow because of the way the light plays on it, and it just changes the way that you take the images in. Yeah, I really feel that. I really feel like I'm taking the image in very differently. Yep, very differently. Look, there's more of it as well. So it's cut off here like that. Wow, look at how that fits together. That's crazy. There we go. Yeah, there's so much of the image that's different. That makes a big impact. That makes a big impact. That's such a Buddha too. Look, it's such a Buddha. Wow. Wonder. Beautiful. Okay, then we're at another one. So we're at the gateway of exploration. Wow. God, that's gorgeous. So that was the original. She's keeping it there. But of course, that's not a photo I've ever seen because it's new. It's wonderful. And it kind of looks like an owl. Of course, owls are my thing, so I kind of love that. Even though I know that's probably a pelvis and bones, but it really looks like an owl. Beautiful. Preparation. Embarking. Wandering. Ooh, that one comes across very, very differently on gloss. Examine. Yeah. Yeah, it's larger too. I think possibly the larger images that are, where you're allowed to take in more of the original image really does make an impact. Wow. Ooh, yeah, these are meant to be seen on a larger canvas. This is clear. And with more of it visible. Recognition. It's just so different. I really am surprised by how different it feels. I can't logically say why that would be, but the larger images really do draw you in a different way. That's crazy. Discovery. That's wonderful. Wow. Okay, courage. Yeah. Wow. Oops, I pulled two. Oh, here we go. That's one we didn't want to miss. So now we have the gateway of initiation, surrender. Wow. They're so kinesthetic, these images. She's obviously, using specific settings on her camera, for, to allow for light, motion, blur, etc. The impact of it is just so marvelous. Wow. Confusion. Boy, that's the truth. And again, something about the larger size makes this just so much more dynamic. Like there's the old one. There's the larger, the smaller version. These aren't really old and new. They're just old and new for Natalie. Right. In my momentary perception of them. Yeah, same here. Oh my goodness. See that, because it's off center here, retreat versus being centered in this one. How, I mean, as a theater director, this speaks to me because it's telling me a story, because this is our, that's the space of our focus. Wow. Okay, and then we have revealing. Release. That's an image I've always loved. Isolation. Yep. I am now remembering why my cards that I have right now are in order, and I believe it was because I really just wanted to go through the stages individually and see them so that I could really take in the steps on the journey. So welcome to it, folks. You're going through this with me here. as I just kind of look at it. And I feel like this is a lot of this is I've been through, and just kind of spending some time to reflect on what is that journey? What does it look like? What are those stages? How do we know when we're revisiting them? And different parts of them, and what's the purpose behind needing to revisit them, right? Sacrifice. Yeah, it's a big one. Faith. Boy, we could talk a long time about that. Long time. Okay. And I kind of feel like I need to remember again which cards are different in this deck. She says it somewhere. Yeah. 23, 28, and 54. Where are we? Oh, 23. I thought so. Okay. But I wasn't paying close enough attention. Oh, no. It's not so different. Definitely feels different. What is she? The images of this edition are different. Oh, different than in the book. Oh, yes. Okay. No, I knew that. Okay. Yeah, the book does have a couple of different images. Okay. This is true from the first original edition. Okay, so then we have the next gateway, which is tempering, gateway of discernment. It's a big one. Okay, and then we have opening. Wow, that one's very different, because we can actually see her arm, just more of her body, and the movement of her body, what's happening there. God, that's hugely different. That completely changes the way I'm taking that image in. Wow. Okay, then gathering. Oh, how interesting. Look at this. Mirror image. That's really cool. And again, what a great choice, Melissa. That, like, flipping it this way, and then we have that, like, I see another face there. There's two faces here. Wow. Huh. Okay, discriminate. In Buddhism, we call it discriminating awareness wisdom. Resonance. Love that one. I've always loved this one. I feel like they both come across so beautifully. Again, this larger image. There's something going on here with these larger images, because the heart space here is what feels like it's resonating. It's the brightest, it's what draws the eye. Oh, this one's very different. Connection. Wow. I understand that choice, and I want to say that I think they communicate something different. Each communicates something, just a slight different nuance of connection and what connection is. And I love that. Wow. This one is more intimate, a much more intimate connection to a thing, an object, a moment in time, something specific. This feels to me more like connection with all that is. It's the wider camera, it's the wider shot. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Knowing. Again, off center with that image gives and more of a complete image gives us so much more to work with. I feel like wow, Melissa, I feel like I'm knowing your work in a completely different way right now, looking at these images. It's not that I don't still love the original deck. I'm just completely drawn in to this larger one in a way that I wasn't with the previous. Clarity. Very similar. Okay, then we have a new, yeah, and so clarity is what comes at the end of tempering. Yeah, yep. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, so we have the new gateway. The new gateway is, a gateway of alliance is communion. Wow. Kind of feel like I want to pull out all of the gateway cards at some point and just look at those. But wow, that is so cool. I feel like they're all from the same shoot or the same, like, yeah, like the same session. Listening. Did I already do listening? Yeah, listening's here. It's very similar. I love that though. The focus on just the eyes are kind of downward cast and it's taking in everything. Yeah. It's the left side, so it's receptive. Arm is lifted, the heart is open. Receiving. You know, as a movement professional, which I guess I technically still am, but spent most of my career being, the open, vulnerable throat and heart. The hardest thing to do with actors, and for very good reason, is to help them open up in the heart and throat, on stage, like lifting the chin, to look upward when you're dead on to the audience and lift the heart with it. I mean, it's so hard to do. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So the level of vulnerability there, okay, trust. This was receiving, trust. I mean, that would ultimately be surviving that experience would definitely result in trust. Subtlety. Yeah. Bond. Oh, this one, is this different? Not much. Oops. But again, because of the size, I feel like maybe the resolution is just a little bit better. It's really good printing. I mean, the printing job is, to get this level of clarity and detail is really something. God, that's stunning. Collaboration. Absolutely. Conduit. Yeah, things move through. Yeah. So that was, I just need to remind, that was gateway of alliance. Yeah. So alliance is communion, listening, receiving, trust, subtlety, bond, collaboration, and conduit. Absolutely. Oh, empowerment. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So conviction, absolutely. Reclaim. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And this is one of those photos that I feel is strong either way. This one really, really, I mean, a lot of them are, obviously. But really, I'm noticing how strong this one is either way, in either edition. Okay, redefine. Oh, I love that. And again, I mean, in order to get it all in, I mean, it's hard to make the choices when the cards are this size, when there's so much more space to work with. You know, again, they don't have to be, you can really mess with the image, and that gives you so much more possibility in terms of interpretation and depth. There's so much more depth. Identity. Identify. Yeah, strong either deck, both of them. Yeah. Reliance. This is another one I feel like they both, like both editions, really are pretty wonderful. Yeah, really wonderful one. Centered, yeah. Very trusting. Open, receptive, stable, grounded. Sovereign. Oh, I love this one. Oh, very different for me. Very different. This one is not as much of the head or this left shoulder. I think I gotta say, Melissa, not that it matters, right? But, you know, for the smaller deck, that was a wise choice to put her off center like that. That was really brave. This, I mean, obviously you can put her, you can center her more here in this, you know, with the larger space, and it's wonderful. I love seeing more of her head. Viewers, these are all Melissa, by the way. In case that was not completely clear, all of these are photos of Melissa. But I always feel like they're Melissa embodying something else. I mean, some of them definitely feel to me like they are Melissa, but a lot of them also just don't quite feel like her. They feel like something through her. Like these all in some way hold that, but they may be because they hold something of Melissa before she was fully transformed. I don't know, or after. I don't know. I mean, I'd be curious to know where in the journey the photos from this that are in the gateway cards, like what part of the journey that was for her. Because they definitely carry a very different energy, but it really works. I mean, for the fluidity here, this is great. Oh, these are different. Oops. Commitment. That was a good choice. That was a good choice. I'm feeling the commitment in this one much more than here, somehow. I think because the viewer is more included in this experience than in this one. Here, the experiencer is feeling the commitment, but in this one, the viewer can experience the commitment along with the experiencer. That's beautiful. Wow. Redefining. Very, very much the same. A little more of the images included. That's wonderful. That, yeah, the way the light and everything plays is wonderful. And acceptance. Yeah. applying. Okay, this is one of those cards. Again, I've been working with this deck for over a year. This is one of those cards I feel like I'm seeing again for the first time. I thought, oh, that's a different one for sure. And there's more of Melissa in the image, but I don't know why I'm seeing this one. But that happens with this deck. I mean, I feel like I do that a lot. I'll pull a card and I'll think, I've never seen that card before. Even though I've walked through, and that may be part of too why I put the deck in order. Like, am I seeing, you know, but that happens with magical things sometimes, right? Like you'll read something even in a book that you've read many times, but you suddenly see it and it's really the first time you've seen it. Wow. That's, wow. Ooh, this one's different. I'm going to say that was taken within the same couple of seconds, but it's a different frame. Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure it is. This is, oh, wow. I can see the hand. Oh. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Without the chin down here, the like the head being slightly lower is, I mean, the nuance you can see when there's a possibility, right? The chin being more centered here feels a lot stronger. You know, the phrase that comes to mind is that there's not in this version, there's nothing to apologize for. Whereas with the chin down, there might be some regret, but you're embracing it anyway. Here, there's no regret. The expression on the face is, it's micro, but it's subtle enough that you can feel it. Beautiful, wonderful choice. Wow, what a great choice. Alignment. Yeah. Again, another very strong card. It comes across, I feel like, beautifully in both editions. Always has. Yeah. Dedication. Oh. 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 So much more of the image. This one feels like an oil painting somehow. Yeah. I mean, that's, yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then Visionary Gateway of Unity. Gateway of Unity. Wow. Okay, so we have remember. Oh, that's so, yes. Oh. This one, again, it's not much of a difference in terms of what we're seeing, but the larger canvas for it is such, really makes an impact. I mean, that hit me today. Wow. I don't know what are we touching here? Visionary. Wow, this one's really hitting me right where it gets me, right in the heart. Yeah, I don't know quite what we're touching. It's something very, very, very pure and raw. Wow. Expansion. Yeah. That's wonderful. Wow. Just again, more of the image, more of the image. Wow. Sustainability. This gateway's hitting me today. Oh my gosh. Okay. And again, more of the image. This was still powerful. I always felt this one was powerful. This is even more powerful. We're essentially seeing more of Melissa's face here. Wow. Assimilation. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is one of those decks where, where I feel like someone else really deeply described. Melissa, you've inspired me a lot because I'm pretty sure you're going to end up watching this, but it's really inspired me to look much more deeply at my own journey with courage, and the willingness to speak up about it and allow my artwork to reflect it as raw and um, as raw as it is. In some cases, like it's got me, my brain is ticking over about like how can that be shared in a way that is beneficial to others, right? Because there's a million decks out there, but they're, a lot of them are made by people that aren't necessarily at a really high stage of realization or of recognition of that. They're enjoying the process of creating. Not that that isn't completely valid. It is. It's just a completely different. It's a different level of experience that comes through. Integration. Yeah. Is that a different frame? Depending on speed, and there's all kinds of things that could feed into that. I'm not sure. I don't think so. No, that's not a different frame. That's the same frame. That's difference in printing. Forgive the subtleties, guys. This is how I look at stuff. So welcome. You're you're seeing how I take in information and process it to some degree. Regeneration. I love this one. I feel like I'm seeing this one again for the first time. Like I know I've seen this card. I feel like I'm seeing it for the first time. This is one too where the gloss is adding a level of depth that is not quite the same in the matte version of the card. It really it helps inform, helps me understand what informed that choice a lot more deeply. These images come across so differently on that background, that kind of background. Yeah. Oh, that is so beautiful. Yeah. Oh, and here we go, mystery. This one, okay, this one, yeah, more, I love having more of the image. And it's bigger. I love that. Yeah, and then we have infinity and rainbow oracle. I love this card. I love this card. Again, more of the image. Pretty sure they're the same frame. I think they're the same frame. I think this is just higher resolution, maybe. Wow, I love that. And interesting, this one feels kind of Tibetan to me somehow. It really does. So, oh, wow, Melissa, congratulations. That is glorious. I'm not, I'm not one of those people that like collects decks and kind of keeps them pristine, which I know bothers some people. If I have a deck and it's one that I really love, it's going to be used. So for deck collectors out there, sorry to disappoint, but yeah, yeah, I'm feeling like I need to work with this deck again. It's just got a level of depth and intensity to it that is, wow, this one just hit me. That's just not, it's not your average. It surpasses what we saw previously. So yeah. So this is long, so I will make another video of the other oracle, and I'm just kind of vaguely recollecting. I was like, wow, Melissa sent me 2 decks for free. I think I ordered this. I'm pretty sure that when I bought Oracle of Initiation, that Creative Conduit Oracle was going to come with it. But she offered me 2 of them. So, yeah. Yeah. I'll have to think about what I want to do with the second one, whether it's one that I choose to play with or if I offer it. So, thank you. And can I say too, Melissa, thank you. It's so rare that anyone ever calls me Jung-Yu anymore. But Melissa always refers to me as Jung-Yu. It's when I'm on my personal email, that's my name on there. I still have Reverend Jung-Yu Charama there, but I don't have it anywhere else. And it's something I was ordained, as a novice, and then I didn't follow through, and I ended up leaving the organization. So I always feel a little funny about using my name, but I also have an attachment to it. It's significant to me, so I've never taken it off of my email. And it's rare that anyone refers to me as Jung-Yu anymore. So it's very nice to be spoken to by my name. It's beautiful. So, all right, folks. Well, there we are. There's the Oracle, the latest edition of the Oracle of Initiation by Mellisae Lucia. And I'll see you again in the next one, everyone. Bye.